Good evening, everyone, or afternoon, actually. Let's wait a few more moments until people connect. Welcome to this live on Bridges of Light International. Thank you for being here for this hour. Thank you for watching this whenever you are. Thank you, Bridges of Light, and thank you, Life. This evening, we are going to be talking about why and when truth and honesty don't come easily. Hello, Daniela. Hello, Violetta. Welcome. Ciao, Manuela. Hello. Good. We are on. We are live. So while we wait for people to connect, how would you define truth? And how would you define honesty? Hello, Raf. What is truth for you and what is honesty? And then let us know, to all of us, why do you think sometimes it's not easy for us to be truthful and to be honest? So I'd like us today to consider what is truth and what is honesty, because they are two very similar things, although there are some differences. But the way we approach to them, it's fundamental to the way we experience life. And there's different reasons why sometimes it's not easy. They don't come easy. It's not easy for us to be honest. It's not easy for us to be truthful. We're going to be considering why. And of course, as always, we consider then how we could then be able to be truthful and to be honest. Let me see. Let me put it down there. I want to see if I see that we are on the other phone. Hello, Angela. How are you? Okay, the comments are working. Okay. Now, what is truth? Now, my definition of truth is it's what is. Truth is simply, literally what is in any context, and in any regarding anything. Truth is what is. Truth is what is manifested. What is literally what we can see, what is concrete, what is in front of us. Let's say this is a key. Okay, the truth is that this is a key. So everything that is in this physical reality is the truth, meaning it's something that is as a reality. It's true, truth. It exists. When we're thinking of things that we cannot see, like thoughts or emotions, it is what is phenomenologically experienced, meaning the truth is that any given moment in time, I am thinking of something, or I am experiencing something. I'm experiencing an emotion, or I'm experiencing the desire of doing something, or the absence of the desire of doing something. So in other words, everything that appears phenomenologically in our experience, I consider it to be the truth. So the truth is always there. honestly. How do we define honesty? Honesty, I would define it, but here is when I want this to be live. This is when I invite you to write what is true for you and what is honesty for you. And then if you have any questions about anything, about the subject or even anything else, ask. So this becomes alive and it's not just me talking to the screen. But anyway, what is honesty? Honesty is, for me, is acknowledging what is. It's acknowledging the truth. We are honest whenever we acknowledge what phenomenologically. Hello, Mariella. Great seeing you here. Hello, Alessandra. So whatever appears phenomenologically in our psychic and emotional realm, meaning whenever I know and I'm honest, I recognize and acknowledge that I'm thinking something, that I am feeling something, an emotion, and I'm honest about whatever I can see outside of myself, I am being honest. In other words, I personally don't think there's anything simpler than honesty. To be honest is probably, and that's why it's difficult sometimes, is the simplest thing we could do. But as we know, because we structure our lives the way we have structured it, not always what is simple is easy. So we manage to make difficult what is very simple, what is very easy. But believe me, to be honest and to honor the truth is the most simple thing we could ever do. And how do we do it? Well, as I said, we just acknowledge what is, meaning, oh, I am thinking this, I am thinking that, I am feeling this, I am feeling that. Oh, I see this, this, and that. Okay. But we are not used to do that. Or sometimes we do, but there are some occasions when we don't, when it's difficult for us. And for some people, it's almost impossible most of the time to express, hello Wendy, welcome, to express honestly the truth, to acknowledge what is. And this is a question for you. If nobody writes anything, I'll tell you what I believe, but to make it live, I need something to hook on, something more than just, hi, hello, how are you? So, when do you think it is not easy to be honest? When do you think it's not a truth and honestly don't come easily? When? And then I'll tell you the two situations that I think, the two major situations when it is difficult, it is challenging for us to be honest and to be truthful. Although it's the easiest, simplest thing we could ever do. Mariella says, to be honest is a mental, spiritual approach to live in peace. Sweet dreams. Yes. It is, but okay. So by writing sweet dreams at the end, Mariella, are you implying that it's like, let's say, a utopia? Are you saying that it's too good to be true? Do you think it's not possible for us to be honest 100% of the time? It is a sweet dream. Yes, it is not easy. Because at the moment, we live in a society when some people still believe that you can't be honest all the time, that you can't be truthful all the time. Hello, Chiara. Yes, I'll see you later too. So why isn't it sometimes believed to be appropriate to be honest and to be truthful? Oh, you think it's possible. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that, yes, okay. I'll tell you when sometimes it's not easy to be honest, it's not easy to be truthful. Sometimes it's because to acknowledge, to be truthful, to be honest about the truth, about what is, would imply for us we can more than we are, than we do. We can do more than we are, yes, than we do. Yes, we definitely can if we want to be truthful, absolutely, I agree. But sometimes it's difficult to be truthful and to be honest about the truth when it's difficult when to acknowledge the truth and to be honest about it would imply us to do something that we don't want to do, hello Naveen, or not to do something that we don't want to do. In that case, we would rather not see the truth, not acknowledge the truth, and we would rather be dishonest. I'll tell you a story that explains this better than my words. There's this man, is suffering, hello Chizia, this man is suffering from backache, okay? Has been suffering from backache for a long time. And is in so much pain that he's thinking, okay, now I have to do something about it. I must do something about it. I can't stand it anymore. So he goes to the doctor. He goes to the doctors and he tells the doctor, you know, doctor, I have this really excruciating back pain. It's been going on for months and months, and really now I can't stand it anymore. And the doctor looks at him and says, you know what, we better do some x-ray because I think it could be something serious. So they do the x-ray, and then when they have the x-ray and they can see what it is, the doctor looks at the x-ray and goes, sir, I can see what the problem is, right? Now, for you to solve it, for you to get better, you have to have an operation, you have to be hospitalized for 2 weeks, and you have to be in bed, lying down for 6 months. So 2 weeks in the hospital and 6 months in bed. And the man says to the doctor, oh, no way, doctor. I'm sorry, but there's no way I can do that. There's no way I can spend 2 weeks in hospital and 6 months in bed. So the doctors looks at him and goes, you know what? That's the only solutions you have if you want to solve the problem. But you know what? If you don't want to accept this, the other solution is you give me 25 pounds and I can retouch the x-ray. I can alter the x-ray so to make it look that your back, your spine is okay. Would you like me to do that? And that's what we do. That's what we do most of the times. Especially, that's what we do sometimes, not all of us and not all the times, when acknowledging the truth means we have to do something about it and work on ourselves. Let's say we are suffering emotionally or psychologically or spiritually because of something, and we know that the solution would be to work on ourselves, to review our mentality, the way we think. Maybe we have to forgive something or someone because of some unresolved rage or hurt that we are still holding on. And we know that the only way is to do what we have to do to let go of this suffering. But some people say, no, my life is okay. Maybe we are suffering, but we say, no, it's okay, I'm okay. But we know we are not okay. The truth is that we are not okay. But to tell ourselves and others, the truth is that I am not well, that I need to sort these things, and work on them would mean we have to do something that we don't want to do. So we would rather lie to ourselves. So this is one occasion when we don't want to be honest, when we are not honest. Or maybe to be honest would mean that we cannot do something that we wanted to do. Let's say we really wanted to go somewhere, we really wanted to go on holiday somewhere, okay? And they tell us, you know what, for whatever reason, it's not an appropriate time to go on holiday there. For whatever reason, I don't know. Let's say, for example, there's a pandemic there. We want to go to Hawaii, but they tell us, you know, now in Hawaii, there's a pandemic going on, so you better not. But we ignore that information. We say, oh, you know, we lie to ourselves. We say, oh, we don't acknowledge the truth. We're not honest about it because we want to do whatever we decided to do. Otherwise, it would mean we can't do what we wanted to do. So you see, the truth sometimes would change what we intended to do. So we would much rather keep on doing or not doing what we have decided that we want to do or not to do, but not acknowledge the truth if it changes our our plan. And the other, Mariela says, then I'll tell you the other occasion. Mariela says, we can't do anything out of our thoughts or feelings. We should be honest with ourselves, no masks. If there is a person we have to give happiness, first of all, the person is our person. Then we can think to others. Absolutely, yes. Yes, if we are not happy, we can't make anybody else happy. If our back is hurting, we would be, maybe we are not openly complaining about our back hurting, but we would be suffering inside. So other people would feel it at some level and they would suffer. So yes, to be honest and truthful to ourselves, it means that we are truthful and honest with everybody else. Because of course, everybody else is an extension of ourselves. They are us and we are them. It's a very old school concept to think, oh, I don't do something or I do something because I don't want to hurt them. So we hurt ourselves or we don't honor our truth. Because if we don't do something or if we do something because we don't want to damage somebody else but we damage us, we damage both of us. We hurt two people. We hurt ourselves first, but then also them, because whatever we do or we don't do, we wouldn't be doing it from a place of truthfulness or honesty towards ourselves. And this brings us to consider the other major, is probably the biggest reason why sometimes to be truthful and honest doesn't come easy. And it's when we are fearful of the things that we are most all fearful of. But this is the mask, this is the catch, this is the lie we tell ourselves. We think that we don't do something or we do something even when, I mean, we are not, like, okay, we think that we are being dishonest, we are not being truthful and honest because we don't want to hurt somebody else, okay? We want to make them happy. We want to fulfill their expectations. And we do that sometimes. We say yes when we would like to say no, because other people expect something from us. So we think, but this is the ego trip, this is the trap. We think that we do it because we are good, we sacrifice ourselves and we do it for them. No, we are lying double. We double ourselves when we say that. we say that we do it for others, but that we lie ourselves twice, because you know what the real truth is? That we ultimately, we don't care, believe me, this is hard to swallow, but we don't care about pleasing them. What we do care, it's about how they perceive us. We care about our reputation. In other words, we care about their judgment towards us. It's because we are afraid of what we are most afraid of being judged negatively. So we are so scared of being judged in a negative way that what do? We prostitute ourselves, so to speak. We do things for others thinking, oh, I do it for you because I want to make you happy. But if we really stay with it and analyze it, we would see that we do it because our reputation depends on their happiness, yes. But do we really care more about their happiness or about our reputation? Do you see what I'm getting at? But here as well, let's put everything into context. There are times when we actually put other people's well-being before our well-being. But there are not as many as we may think. Normally, it's like a parent towards a child or a child towards a parent may do that, yes, because there's a kind of love which is called blind love, when you actually you would literally almost die for the other person. In other social situations, I'm generalizing because it could also be a case when people actually put other people first. But most of the time, in other social situations, when it's not somebody that we love viscerally so much, when we tell ourselves or them that we do it for them, even when we realize that we really didn't really want to do something and we're being dishonest in doing it, but we think, but I do it for you. But most of the time we do it because of our reputation, because of our image that they have of ourselves. Do I make any sense? I don't see any comments. So I don't know if you guys are thinking, I agree, I don't agree, or whatever. But have you ever been, okay, think how you would behave if you knew that you don't own anything to anybody, okay? In other words, you could be doing whatever you can do, and if you knew that other people, but all of them, they don't need anything from you. In other words, think of a world, which is unthinkable, I know, nowadays, where everybody is totally, completely autonomous emotionally, when there is not emotional need, when we don't need anything from anybody. Do you think we would behave in the same way like we behave now, or would we behave differently? But really reflect on this. But I'll tell you, many people, if they were really conscious that they don't need anything from anybody, and other people actually don't need anything from them, maybe they would behave differently from how they behave. Maybe they would be more honest about the truth about themselves and about others. But of course, we all need what? We all need to be liked. We all need to be appreciated. But these needs, they are not organic need. It's not something that we need for our survival. It's our image It's our persona that needs that. But unless we are truly honest within ourselves, we can keep up the facade, meaning we can please others to a certain extent, but then they feel it, even if we don't tell them that we are not being completely honest, or they are not being completely honest and truthful. At some level, we both feel it. Because what we regard as being the sixth sense, it really exists, and we all have it. And is that something that we can't put our fingers on, but that tells us that something is true or not true. Think about it. Have you ever been in a situation where you could sense that someone was not being honest about something, and there were no reason why you could see that or test that or put your finger on it, but you just knew it? Okay, now with that person, of course, you may still love and respect that person, but I can assure you that you may most probably respect more somebody that sometimes is comfortable with telling you honestly what they think, even if it's something they know you don't agree with or you may not like, or they tell you, no, I don't want to come for dinner with you. No, I don't want to do that. Maybe in the moment you get offended, so to speak. You feel almost rejected. But what is the truth? The truth is that they haven't rejected you. When we feel offended, if it's because we have identified with our image of ourselves, with our persona. But the truth is that they simply have told us, and that's the truth, because the truth is always there. They just told us, now I don't feel like doing that. And with people that are able to do that, we will then respect them more. Even though we may think, or people like that, they are, how do you say, they are rude, they are not educated enough. But people are always attracted by the truth. The truth attracts. Honesty attracts like a magnet. So this is to say that easier said than done, but if we can honor, if we can be honest about our truth in any given time, about how we feel, and I know, again, I'll tell you again, because it's not easy, but if we can do that, if we can learn how to do that, we would feel better, we would feel better, stronger, more at peace, and others would definitely appreciate it. Maybe not straight away, but and maybe some people would not like it at all, and maybe they won't want to be with us anymore. But if that's the case, was there really something organic, something true between us, something honest? No. So if there isn't enough of that or that energy, why would we want to be surrounded by people like that? But I see, thank God for that, somebody has written something. And this may become a true life. Mariela is saying, thanks. I mean that if I can't stand a person, I am not able to see him happy, to see him, her. I prefer to evitate, yes, you evitate, to evitate him or her, yes. And that's being honest, that's being truthful. If you don't feel like seeing somebody, that's an act of love. Love is not just hearing what we want to hear or to tell somebody what they want to be told. Love is what is. Love is truth. Truth is love. And the fact that we don't like somebody, or we don't want to spend time with them, it simply means that for whatever reason, we don't, and maybe yes, we don't like them, but so, hey, so what? Do we really want to be liked by everybody? It's impossible, literally impossible. So let's stay with it, and let's really be at peace with the fact that some people may like us, and that's great, and some people may want to be with us, but some people may not like us, and it's the truth. And if we are honest about this truth, if we are honest with ourselves and we acknowledge that, hey, some people may like me, some people may not like me. So some people may well tell me, Luca, I don't like you. Luca, I don't want to be with you. You see why it's important, why I would like us to, all of us, consider this now, is because our outside reality is the reflection, the manifestation, the representation of our inner consciousness. And today I really want to stress this because of few posts that I have written and other people have written, and some people say, oh, but one thing is to think one thing is our inner reality, it's our concept, our spiritual reality, and one thing is what happens in the world out there. Well, but this is the point, this is the link, the missing link when people say that. This is not acknowledging the truth. The truth is that our inner reality, our inner consciousness creates and manifests outside. But what does it have to do with what we are doing now? It has everything to do with it. In other words, okay, if I am not truthful and honest about the fact that some people, and when I'm truthful and honest about that, if I do it long enough, then I am comfortable with it, with the truth. Okay, if I don't do that properly, and some people, they've never done it, what does this mean? It means that I am afraid of people rejecting me. I am being fearful of people telling me, Luca, I don't like you. Luca, I don't want to be with you now or never. So if I am afraid of that, if I am not acknowledging that truth, you know what happens? That the outside reality will manifest that. How? Will manifest people in my life that they lie to me. They don't tell me the truth. But the truth, you know what it is. And I'm here to tell everybody this is the truth. Let's get on, enough of telling us stories about how life works. If I am not ready to face the music and the truth that nobody always likes me, I will create an outside world full of lies. There'll be liars out there, but I'll tell you why. Because I am the first one lying to myself. I don't know if I've been clear enough. It's important to do this because the moment I say to myself, and I really am comfortable with the fact that somebody may say, Luca, I don't like you. Luca, I don't want to be with you. And I am comfortable with it. You know what happens? That I am already resonating, manifesting a reality when people, of course, it's, you know, it's not 100% like this because many factors come into play, but chances are that I will meet more honest people, or maybe the same people, but they will be honest with me. Even if with other people, they won't be honest. You know why? Because I have been honest within myself. Was I clear enough? Was I clear enough? I'm stressing this because we start the game of what we see outside. Gone are the days when we think, this is how I think, but the world outside is different. Well, if the world outside is different, and I mean, if it's in your world, you mean lots of people that they cheat on you, ask yourself where you are cheating on yourself. And I am serious. But yes, anyway, let me keep on reading this. Hello, Sophia. Hello, Ariella. Also the Queen needed help and her calf. Also the Queen needed the help or her calf. Yes. Exactly. Yes, everybody needs help. But Bariella, thank you for writing that. Yes, but we need help on a material basis, meaning if I want bread and I don't want to make myself bread, I can go and get bread. If I need electricity in my house and I don't know how to deal with electricity, I call an electrician, okay? But I'm talking about our emotional life. Emotionally, we may, okay, it's good and it's very romantic to believe that we need other people, when in fact, again, as well, you could think and you may also need other people, but be careful. You can choose, and this is when really it become, you have to be really, very mega self-conscious of who you truly are. But you can know and live in a way that you don't need other people to be happy, that you are generating your own happiness. Do you see what I mean? And that day is the day when you are able comfortably to tell somebody, yes, I want to be with you. No, I don't want to be with you. It's as simple as that. But if you think you need them or they need you, of course, it's normal. You would feel guilty if you say no, because you know they're going to miss you. Do you see this dynamic? Okay. When this is honesty is attractive. Yeah, yes, yeah. It's honesty is attractive, but it's not easy to always be honest. But when we do it, oh my gosh, it's the most rewarding thing, I think. And when you say yes, you are clear enough. Oh, thank you. Mariella said, nobody in this humanity can say honestly no to need the help of someone during his life. Also, the most important, stronger, powerful person can manifest the need to receive and help. Yes, we are not infallible. We are limitations. We are humans. Absolutely. Yes, we are. We are human. And we do need each other. And we can be honest about needing others when we need them, okay? And we can be honest about even saying to somebody, you know what? I need you and I am afraid of telling you no because I need you, because I'm afraid of losing you. But I feel like telling you no. But I feel guilty if I say no. And what does happen when this is acknowledged? Because we are being honest when we do that. That's amazing. That's beautiful, I think, in relationship. Because the other person really sees us where we are. Do I make sense? In other words, let's say somebody asks us, Luca, would you come would you come for dinner with me? And I feel, I don't really want to. But part of me think and feels, but I should. So normally we would think, oh, either I honor what I feel like, I don't feel like going, and I say no, or I say yes, but I'm not really convinced. But there's another possibility. I could tell the person, you know what, I'm actually ambivalent about this. And while we say that, we get more clear about what we truly want to do, and we can see how them also, how much they need us, because Mariella, as you say, we do need ourselves sometimes. We can see how much they need us, or how much they understand where we are, okay? So I could well say, do you know what? I am not really feeling that much like saying yes, because I don't really feel like it. But at the same time, I would want to, because I know you may get upset. And do you see what I mean? We could really put, that's being honest to the ultimate, I think. We could put all the cards on the tables. We would say, this is what's happening with me. I am feeling this, and I am feeling this, and I am thinking this, and I am thinking this. Because when I see this situation, what is happening in this perspective, I tell myself this story. If I think about something else, I tell myself that story. And you know what happens when we do that enough times? We would probably get to know ourselves better. I know some people might say, well, either do you want to come or not? But when we do that, we would actually understand and decide, but honestly decide, if we want to please them more or please ourselves or the image we have of ourselves, or honor what we truly want to do. Because, you know, sometimes actually it's not so crystal clear. Not every time we know what we want. Not every time we think, no, I don't want to go for dinner. I'm clear about this. And not every time we think, yes. Does it make sense? Sometimes it's not all black and white. So why not even being honest about being on the fence? Say, you know what, I'm actually sitting on the fence. But this is just to say that honesty has got no limits. You see, we give limits to ourselves. We give limits to how we express ourselves and what we acknowledge or not. But we could acknowledge everything. We could acknowledge the fact that I love you, I like you. I don't know if I want to do it or not now. I don't know if I would do it because to please you or because I really want to. Do you know what? Anyway, we have limitations. Yes, we do have limitations. Yes. And we can quite naturally and openly and calmly acknowledge our limitation. But yes, Mirella, you're right. Because our human component, which is affected very much by the systemic dynamics, meaning the relationship dynamic. In other words, at a systemic human level, every time somebody gives us something, we feel almost obliged to give them something back. Have you ever experienced that? It's ingrained in us. It's a systemic dynamic. In fact, when somebody gives you, then we want to give them something back, so to be right, to put the balance right, to say, okay, now I don't have any debts with that person, yeah, and so on and so forth. So that is something that is always operating in us. So that's why also to say no, and especially to somebody that has been kind to us in our life, it's very, very difficult. So even just sometimes to say yes, to honor that systemic dynamic, it's enough. You know, we could enough. But at the same time, sometimes for whatever reason, we might just not feel like doing something. So that's when the inner conflict is at play. That's when it's not easy to see the truth, or to see what is the biggest truth. Is the biggest truth for me at the moment to honor the systemic transaction with the person, or it is to honor my inner feeling? And here, I personally don't think there is right or wrong, good or bad. It, you know, everybody, as long as we do what we do, and we do it honestly, and we know why we do it. And I like to say, coming from an aware ego position, meaning the ego, we know that it's like, okay, now this is it. I am choosing now to behave like this for whatever reason. And definitely this is healthy when we tell that in ourselves. We don't necessarily have to tell this to everybody. Although we may want to, again, as I say, and especially if it's somebody we have a good relationship with, we could tell them exactly this, you know, I feel this and I would like but this is how I choose, what I choose to do in the here and now. And when we are honest in that way, then we have done everything we can, and it's not our responsibility, because we have already taken our responsibility. We have already responded with integrity to the request. So it's not our responsibility, it's the responsibility of the other person to react or respond to what we have said in the way they want to. right? But if I'm not being truthful and honest about my response to them, if I go into automatic mode, oh, they ask me something and I have to say yes, I don't even know why, or maybe I say no because I just always say no to everybody, so it's the opposite, but the dynamic is the same, then it's different because I'm not being honest about the reason why I have said what I said. I wasn't in alignment. I wasn't being coming from a place of integrity within myself, and the other person, consciously or unconsciously, will feel it. And it's very difficult then for them to be honest towards us. And that is when we would then think, oh, I live in a world full of liars. People are not honest. Well, they can only be honest if I am honest. I know it's not easy, I know. But it's only, they can be honest 100% only and when we are first honest 100%. But if we are not, they could still be honest, but it's more likely that they react to our unclarity, to our murkiness in our energy, if it gives the idea. Okay, anyway, Nevin says, hello Nevin, thank you for those, thank you for these golden nuggets and for providing clear examples on how to be honest and voicing all aspects. Put all the cards on the table. It makes total sense. Thank you, Naveen. Thank you. I'm glad it does. Oh. But you see, again, because it's simple. It's simple. To be honest, it's simple. To be honest is like, let's say we don't know what to do. We don't know what to decide about anything. Well, the honest answer is to ourselves and to others. You know what? I don't know what to do. Shit, I'm a mess. I am thinking that I like this, I would like that, that's a good approach, but also I'm thinking this and this and this and that. And you know what happens? That psychically, emotionally, we are at the mercy, we are slaves of what's happening inside of us, psychically, until we have given it voice or we are actually acknowledged it. Because before we acknowledge something psychically, it's energy and it's dragging us here and there. We don't even know what is going on. Again, because we are not being truthful and honest, because maybe we are afraid of the consequences. So my invitation is to not be afraid. So what do? You acknowledge, I'm thinking this, and you think and you know, okay, I'm thinking this. The moment I think, I have thought, yes, I'd like to do that. I put the thought and I put it out there. It's almost as if putting something in front of you. But then I tell myself, is there really what I want? And that's another thought. And I feel this, and that's the feeling, and that. When I have acknowledged all the this, and I've got everything in front of me, or maybe even better, if I verbalize it, present it to somebody else, I can then do something with them. Am I clear? That's why psychotherapy, counseling, or whatever, or even just talking to a good friend when we can open our mind and our heart to them, it's so powerful and it's so beneficial for us and for them. It's exactly that, because we have made real, we have localized and seen and acknowledged something that before it was just in our head and maybe we didn't even know what was happening. But maybe because we have never done it. Because again, unconsciously we are afraid. Or because we think, as I said before, or either we have to say yes or no, I have to decide, I have to, well, wait a moment. Let me see what's going on. Anyway, talking too much. Okay, then Naveen says, and thanks and for reminding us that our reality is our internal truth. Hence, we don't need to change from within. Oh, we need to change yes. That our reality is our internal truth. Hence, we need to change from within. Yes, absolutely, Naveen. This is exactly. This is a truth. If there is a truth, this is the truth. And let's be honest about the truth. I'm really hot and passionate about this because I lived it. Before 2002, I believed that life was not enough. It was more negative than positive. I believed that people were I thought that people were untrustworthy. I thought that they weren't honest. And all these beliefs and thoughts, negative thoughts and beliefs, they were actually manifesting outside. I had people breaking in my car, stealing my car stereo, stealing my wallet. I used to have car accidents and so on and so forth. Since then, now my life has totally changed. And I'm talking about my outside life. Seriously, I said, when I lose the last 2 mobile phones that actually 3 mobile phones that I lost, you know what? I got them back. I was phoning myself and somebody would pick it up and say, hey, I found your phone, I'll give it back to you. Can you believe it? I mean, angels. Now I see angels everywhere, where before I used to see little devil everywhere. But why? Because inside of me, I am honest about this, what I'm telling you. I am honest about the fact that if I feel like shit, the world is telling me, yes, it is a shitty world you live in. If I feel at peace and I believe in a peaceful world, the outside world demonstrates my belief. It's as simple as that. And the reason why I'm here publicly, it's because I am co-creating my reality, yes, but we are all co-creators. So I live in a beautiful planet when it's not just me, it's shared by many people. And until people believe there's a good guy and there's a bad guy, there's victims and perpetrators, there's liars and the truthful people, and they believe in this duality, and they think that the heroes of the good, and they have to eliminate the bad, and they don't transcend judgments that creates the bad guys, but it's inside of them. The world is gonna be how it is. Do you see what I mean? So that's why I'm trying to tell the same thing in different ways with different stories, to people, to have them understand that if they believe it's a nasty, unsafe world out there, is because the world out there is reflecting what they believe of the world. So what is their own inner truth? This is about being the truth. What is your truth about yourself, about others, about the world in your head? And be honest about it. Be honest. And if your truth, it's not a beautiful one, I can assure you, and beautiful, I mean, if you don't like what you see inside, I can assure you that you're not going to like what you see outside. And you might be looking at the same situation that I am looking or somebody else is looking. Because when we don't like something outside, we judge it negatively. We haven't really comprehended the perfection and the beauty of life. And we don't see it as perfect or as whatever it is when somebody else, which doesn't see it negatively, see it beautifully and perfect. Do I make any sense? And again, this is the difference between who is suffering and who is at peace. This is the difference between unlucky people, suffering people, and the master, the guru, the mystics. The mystics is the oneness. This is the oneness in everything and everybody. The mystics is the truth, which is the perfection. The mystics is love, where others sees hate. How is that possible? Because the truth is that there's only love. Even hate is an expression of love. I'll tell you something else. There's no strongest bond and relationship than the one between victims and perpetrators. Because hate binds like a glue, like nothing does. If you want to free yourself from something or from a situation, good or bad or what it is, you love it. You look at it, see it for what it is and love it. And then you're free. Then you're not bounded by anything or anyone. But it's beautiful. Anyway, I don't want to get on a train where maybe we are not all getting on. So Chiara says, that honesty means sincerity? Yes, I think they're very synonymous, honesty and sincerity. I'm honest, I'm sincere. Yes, I think I would, but guys and English-speaking people, please tell me if I'm mistaken. I would say I regard honesty and sincerity to be exactly synonymous. Yes, I'm honest, I'm sincere. Yes, I think it's acknowledging something that is. Mariella says, it's always a pleasure to debate with you, Luca. Always interesting themes. Oh, thank you. Oh, by the way, guys, if you want to speak about, if you want us to talk about something in particular, please let me know, okay? Right here in the comments or whenever, but just let me know. If you want to speak, ask to speak about something in particular, let me know. Mariella, I desire to let you know that you are an amazing judge. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Oh, I'll get it. Now it's too late. We're going to finish and I haven't got it here. But one time I forgot to get it. Where's your... Okay, one second. One second. Ta-da-da! Aspetta. Wait. Here it is. Okay. The case is almost closed. We got 3 minutes, but here is the wig. Hello, Alessia. Hello, Sarah. Okay, a coin has 2 faces. Yes, a coin has 2 faces. But I'll tell you what. Let me see if I can get a coin. Yes, a coin has 2 faces, okay? But there's something that I like you to think of that we don't really think of. This is a face, this is a face. Okay, but these are also sides, but this is also, I know it's not a face, but it's also like a side. What I mean is that we think of everything like being in duality, this and that. But there's also something else. Actually, there's more than just something else. But you see, there's more than two sides of a coin or a situation. And in regard to what we've spoken about, I mean, we don't have to say yes or no to people, decide, oh my gosh, I have to say yes or no. We could tell them, do you know what? I am undecided. I don't know if to tell you yes or not. Does it make sense? And that's being honest. If that's where we are, we are on the fence. And that's get us off the hook if we think, oh my gosh, I have to do this and that, and allows them to see us for who we truly are. Anyway, sorry. Only love can say the word. Yeah, I'm convinced. Exactly, Mariella. Only love. Because then we talk about, because this is like this theory, that theory, and this works in this way, and that works in this way. But at the end, yes, it's do we love each other or not? And if we love each other, I think we are naturally, instinctively drawn to the truth, because love is the truth. So if I am driven by love, before I condemn somebody and I close the case, I want to know. And I'm thinking of paralysis. I want to know what is going on. I can't be the judge of something, because when I judge, I'm limited. I want to know the truth. Wendy says, I don't really see how you can be honest without sincerity. I think yes, I think they go hand in hand. Authenticity is free. Thank you. Yes, authenticity. Thank you. Yes, I think when we are honest and sincere, we are authentic. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, guys, I love you. Thank you very much. I'll see you next Thursday at 5 o'clock. Same place. Please, if you want to talk about something in particular, let me know. Ciao. Hey, hello, Matilde. See you later. No, dress like a come una fata, vestiti da fata. Ciao.